Introducing Dieta Health.
Hello, I'm Asaf Kraus, the CEO of Dieta Health, where our mission is to personalize digestive healthcare. Irritable bowel syndrome is a debilitating digestive condition that affects 1 out of every 5 Americans. And there's no single cure to IBS, but there's literally hundreds of treatment options, including different diets, medications, and supplements that patients can experiment with for years. And that's why medical institutions are investing so much in investigating new treatments for digestive disease. Each year, over $60 billion are spent on GI medications, and over 900 clinical trials happen in gastroenterology. But the tools used to measure digestive outcomes are outdated and inaccessible. For decades, the Bristol stool chart has been the global standard for measuring bowel movements. Each patient has to look at their own stool and has to subjectively report its classification in daily surveys that are delivered by email or even on paper. The resulting data is subjective, it's low resolution, and it groups together multiple different variables of the stool that should be measured separately. And these outdated measurements determine the success or failure of all these clinical trials, and they determine the recommended treatment path for individual patients. But modern mobile and AI technology can solve this problem, and that's why we built Dieta's stool image recognition technology. In our app, patients take photos of their stool, which is something that IBS patients are already doing today. And we've built proprietary computer vision technology that generates 5 objective clinical data points from each image. Instead of discrete data, we generate continuous data. Instead of just one variable, we generate 5 different variables of the stool. And instead of subjective patient-reported outcomes, Dieta is an objective source of truth on bowel movements. And today, we're excited to publicly share that for the past 4 months, we've run a clinical trial here at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center that will validate that this technology will change the way digestive health is measured. So far, from our first 22 patients in the clinical trial, we've already measured at least one statistically significant change in stool outcomes per patient. For example, we measured that this one patient had a significant reduction in the fragmentation of their stool. This other patient had a significant increase in the volume of each bowel movement with less frequent bowel movements, indicating a very clear improvement in their quality of life since they started the medical intervention that's being tested. Now, these are the types of insights that pharma companies and GI researchers currently aren't capturing without Dieta's technology. And collecting better outcomes data will ultimately lead to faster clinical trials where fewer participants are required to find significant results. And the patients in our clinical trial have reported an overwhelmingly positive experience using the app. So far, we've seen 93% daily compliance with taking stool photos, and 2 out of 3 patients who completed the clinical trial requested to continue using the Dieta app with their private practice gastroenterologists. We've also recently kicked off a validation study at Cedars to compare Dieta's ability to classify stool images relative to 2 human expert gastroenterologists. In our initial comparison tests, we've already been able to achieve 91% accuracy, and we're excited to continue improving this and to publish our official validation study this summer. Dieta has built the app that's the easiest way to track your digestive health, from bowel movements to meals to medications. And to date, we've collected the world's largest stool image dataset, captured from the over 4,000 GI patients around the world who have used our app. Our first clinical trial at Cedars is already showing early success in generating powerful insights, and we're currently planning upcoming clinical trials with 7 other top GI institutions. Now, not only does the Bristol scale hinder GI clinical trials, it's also the backbone of decision-making in IBS patient care. The Bristol scale determines which subtype of IBS a patient has, and that determines which treatments are recommended to them. But with higher quality data, we can define better subdiagnoses, and we can make better decisions about which treatment to recommend to which patient. At Dieta, we recently closed our first institutional financing of over $1 million, and we're super excited that we're now growing our team. We're also actively meeting with pharma companies and GI researchers who are interested in piloting our technology in their research. Again, my name is Asaf Kraus, and we're Dieta Health. We're using data and AI to build the future of digestive healthcare. And if you're interested in joining us on that journey, we'd love to hear from you. Thanks.